It was terrifying to me as a passenger. And so when he wants to come and see me in Waco, I say, no, I'll be home next weekend. No. Or I'll pick specific times and specific roads and give him very specific directions, because it scares me to know that he's on the road when he's got this tunnel vision. You need to stick close to home where you're familiar. So again, not being able to see or hear what's going on. Trouble moving from the gas to the brake. We've all heard about that person that creates a drive-through window where there isn't one. Seems to happen about once a year, every 6 months, and for some reason it's always a woman. I don't know why, but that's what I always hear about on the news. The little old lady, and I hate that. Difficulty turning your head. Delayed responses. These can all be physical signs that maybe it's time to think about scaling back or giving up our driving. Some potential cognitive problems. A decrease in confidence. Just being nervous can make you less safe. Getting lost in familiar places. Becoming easily distracted. That is so my mom. Oh my gosh, she'll be driving down the road and she's like, oh look, that wasn't there last week. Getting confused at intersections, entrance or exit ramps, going the wrong way. Oh, I'm not sure what lane I need to be in. This confusion, this can make us unsafe. When we're talking about skills, we're talking about things like not using the turn signals correctly. This would include leaving them on all the time. I was behind someone this morning that are you coming over? Are you? You seem to be signaling that you are. 10 minutes later, I decided they probably weren't. Having trouble judging that space between you and other vehicles, that could make us unsafe. Or we mentioned parking lots, parking inappropriately. Right in front of my office earlier this week, there was a car that was fully taking up 2 spaces. They did a great job of navigating that line right down the middle of their car. They were in both spaces the same amount. I know who it was too.
They don't want anyone to park on either side of them.
I guess so. So if we're worried about some of these signs, there are 2 brochures. Now I didn't bring enough of these for everybody. I've got about 20 of each, and I can get some more if we need some more. One is called We Need to Talk, and one is called At the Crossroads. These were put out by AARP and the Hartford. It's all about older driver safety, and these are about having those family conversations about being safe when maybe it's time to scale back the driving, put some restrictions on driving. My dad is not allowed to drive at night anymore. We had that conversation. We have navigated that area. We've said, okay, it's time for you not to drive at night. He's okay with it. We feel better about it. Having the conversation doesn't mean just taking away the keys and having to stop. It's about figuring out how we continue to be safe. So these are 2 guidebooks that can help families and friends navigate this, or spouses, or whomever it may be. We Need to Talk is just about any older driver. And At the Crossroads speaks specifically to dealing with someone that may have some form of dementia, including Alzheimer's. Because someone that is suffering from dementia at some point is no longer going to be safe to drive. So it is important to start having those conversations and making a plan. So these are 2 booklets that, like I said, I did bring copies if people are interested, if people are starting to need to have those conversations with loved ones. And then another thing that we do is go out and give a whole 90-minute presentation just about having those conversations. So I told you I don't do individual counseling, but I do it in a group setting. And so if you or someone you know is interested in a group setting, we can do that. There's also an online version of the 90-minute seminar for anyone that wants to have some assistance going through that. So it is just after 1:15, it looks like it's 1:17, and I was told that's about the time you guys like to go out and have your afternoon naps. Now that you've had a big lunch in your tummy. So I appreciate you managing to stay awake this long. This is contact information if anybody wants to get in touch with the Mission Driver Program, and I am happy to hang out for as long as you guys like if you've got questions. Yes, ma'am, you have a question?
I have a question. I heard, I'm taking it, that for the youngsters coming up, they're not going to have collective testing and all, is that right?
So I think what you're referring to is something that I also saw recently about some possible changes in the licensing rules and how they issue licenses. My understanding is that's just a discussion at this point, that it has nothing's been decided. And so I don't really have anything else to tell you. The argument is because it's taking resources from DPS to have people have to show up and take a test at the office, that those employees could be doing something else during that time. And like every agency, you know, they've got more to do than they've got time and money to do it with. So my understanding is that's still in the rulemaking process, that nothing's actually been decided on. Yes, ma'am.
If your license has expired because I don't drive anymore, will that still count you as an ID for all the time?
If your license is expired, it is not count as an ID. You can go into DPS and turn it in, and they will give you an ID card instead. And an ID card, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, an ID card actually costs less than a license. And so no, if it's expired, whether you're still driving or not, it still counts as expired, and they probably will not let you on. All right, well, I will go ahead and stop here, but if you do have more questions, I will hang out for as long as you like, and I'm happy to answer those.
Thank you very much, Steve. A couple other things. Where she's going, right over where my wife Gail was standing by the freezer right there, there are those handouts she mentioned. She's got handouts for everybody, and there's some somewhere else. Over. Okay, move them over. Never mind, Gail. They're over here now, by the door. Okay, so thank you all for coming today. You're invited to attend the worship services Sundays at 8:30, 9:45, and 11. Spanish language service at 12:30. Feel free to stay and socialize. Don't forget the next meeting is March. Next luncheon is what's that? April 12th. Thank you. And we hope to see you there. Don't forget to leave your name tags and the